Shalom. I want to start off by saying Call Halal Yamla, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai Ba'ashim Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the head apostles of GMS and a salute to you Watkins that are tuning in. I'm the Servant Debar at GMS Boston and I'm coming back with a quick impromptu. I was going through my news feed here and came across this article. This is by the Reuters. Okay, now it says Biden warns Russia it faces robust response for harmful actions as he begins European visit. All right, so here we have the leader, the current leader of Babylon, right? Joe Biden going over to Europe as his first trip, and the first thing he starts blabbing out his mouth is threats. Okay, it's threats and pretty much portraying the idea that they're untouchable, but that's the pride of Esau, man, because the scriptures tell us that this devil, the so-called white man, is a very, very proud man. All right, and the scriptures say that pride cometh before destruction. Okay, pride makes you oblivious or it makes you blind to potential danger, because you may seem like you're doing the right thing. You may seem like you're on point, when in reality you're on your way to destruction. And America is on its way to destruction. All right, because this is Satan's seat. America is Satan's seat. And the devil, he's very proud, man. Let me just read a couple sentences here. It says, President Joe Biden on Wednesday began his trip abroad since taking office by hailing America's unwavering commitment to the NATO alliance and warning Russia it faced robust and meaningful consequences if it engaged in harmful activities. Okay, Biden, speaking to 1,000 troops and their families at a British airbase, said he would deliver a clear message to Russian President Vladimir Putin when they meet next week after separate summits with NATO, G7, and European leaders. We're not seeking conflict with Russia, the Democratic president said at the start of his 8-day visit to Europe. We want a stable and predictable relationship, but I've been clear the United States will respond in a robust and meaningful way if the Russian government engages in harmful activities. Biden has said he is determined to rebuild transatlantic ties and reframe relations with Russia after 4 rocky years under Republican former President Donald Trump, whose tariffs and withdrawal from treaties strained relations with major allies. But I want to get to the point. Right here it says, at every point along the way, we're going to make it clear that the United States is back and democracies of the world are standing together to tackle the toughest challenges and the issues that matter most to our future. And now this is basically painting an illusion, right? Because America's not back. These other European nations haven't changed their feelings towards America, man. Okay, you just had Brexit. You had I believe France opted out of of the EU, okay, lately, and they haven't changed their sentiment. All right, real quick. Oops. Let me get here. Obadiah. I'm gonna start at the first verse. Obadiah 1:1. The vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Lord power concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. All right, behold, I made thee small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised. There's the point, the pride of thine heart has deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? You see, because the so-called Caucasian man, which really, the so-called white man, comes from Petra, all right, or Mount Seir, he's very pompous, he's very proud, you see, and we're witnessing that pride with Biden here, and his former, the former president, DJ Trump, was even more pompous, more proud, But it doesn't matter which party they're from, Republican, Democrat. It's all two little horns of the same beast. Okay, the scriptures tell us about that. Because they're the same. They're the same spirits. The spirit of E is a wicked, vile spirit, man, and they're proud. They're proud. That's why their animalistic symbol has always been the eagle. Okay, you can look at the Romans had the golden eagle, the Germans, the America, all these ancient Edomite empires, and including the modern empires of E, have used the eagle, the golden eagle, as their animal symbol. Which the eagle is a proud animal, man. It flies the highest, flies on high. It's always had its head up. It's a very proud animal. Okay. Now this devil said that the alliance is stronger than ever, right? So in order for him to say that, that means that the alliance must have been shaken at a point. All right. Now, see, that says Biden has said that he's determined to rebuild transatlantic ties and reframe relations with Russia after 4 rocky years, right? Under former President Donald Trump, who stirs and withdraw from treaties strained relations with major allies. This is my first overseas trip as President of the United States. Let me see here. See, that Biden told reporters as he left for Europe that his goals were strengthening the alliance, making it clear to Putin and China that that Europe and the United States are tight. And that's not true at all. They're not tight at all. Because if they were tight, he wouldn't need to mention the fact that he wants to strengthen the alliance. Okay, and we know that according to prophecy, eventually the alliance is going to break. If we keep reading here in the book of Obadiah 1 and now we get to the 7th verse, it's going to tell us. It says, all the men of that confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. Okay, so the men of the confederacy, which, the NATO, the EU, that's a confederacy. Look up the word confederacy real quick. Let's see, definition. Okay, it's a league or alliance, especially of confederate states. Another term for Confederate States of America, now the Confederacy, an alliance of people or groups formed for illicit purposes. Okay, so, NATO and the EU, they're confederacies, man, that are aligned with America, which America being that whore. Okay, and the beast is that system, man. Esau system, his conglomerate as a whole, Esau system. All right. So it says here, let me see what else did I want to get? All right, Revelations. This is Revelation 17 and 16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. Okay, so eventually all these NATO nations, EU nations, they're gonna eventually turn against America, man, against the whore, because right now America has the reins, right? But as anybody that has the reins, whenever the horse hits a pothole and falls or whatever, the only person to blame is the one that's controlling that horse. If you want to talk about a rein, or if you want to talk about driving a bus, if the bus crashes, the only person that's to blame is the bus driver, man. Whoever's driving the vehicle, because they were the one that drove it to shits. Okay, it's the same thing, man. America, that's what America's doing. All right, America's driving all these nations, into shits. Okay, with all these philosophies and the ways of this society. Okay, we can get into that all day, and it's endless. All right. Jeremiah 50:14, it says, put yourselves in array against Babylon round about, all ye that bend the bow. It says here, all ye that bend the bow, shoot at her, spare no arrows, for she sinned against the Lord. Okay, so the bow, is talking about these silos, man. These silos that shoot the arrow, which is the thermonuclear missiles. All right, intercontinental ballistic missile. Those are those arrows. As a matter of fact, the code term, I believe, for when one of the missiles go missing or broken is broken arrow in the military. Okay, the military refers to them as broken arrows. Okay, so these thermonuclear missiles, man, are gonna annihilate America. They're gonna vaporize America, man. You know, so Sleepy Joe, you know, is indeed sleeping, you know, and it's making everybody else putting a sleep on everybody else, man. You know, so at the end of the day, you know that Esau's kingdom doesn't have too much long, man. The European Union, NATO will eventually collapse. All right, America and all these nations are gonna go to war. They're going to war, man. Doesn't matter what they say, and Russia will be at the helm of it, presuming to the book of Ezekiel, the 37th chapter, which it speaks that Gog and Magog, the land of Gog and Magog, will lead the charge. All right, will lead the charge, which all these nations are going to follow after Russia. They're going to follow suit. All right. Why you think that all throughout, ever since World War II, right, after World War II, especially in the 50s, all right, you have this tussling around with Russia and America. You know, you have the commies, the fear of the commies, and the fear of the democracy. You know, battling. You know, and America demonizing the communists. You know, taking over here, taking over there, because the Lord already put the pieces, right after World War II. The Lord put the pieces with the so-called Iron Curtain. You know, the so-called arms race between America and Russia, man. You know, for the Third World War, which the book of Joel, the 3rd chapter right here, Joel 3:11, is going to tell us. It says, assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. So the heathens are gonna come, right? It says, let the heathen be weakened and come up to the valley of Yahweh Shaphat, which means the Most High's judgment. Okay. For there will I sit to judge all heathen round about. Okay, put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down, for the press is full. The fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. Okay, and this is in the Middle East, is where the Lord's going to recompense all these nations. All right, which is the reason why they haven't been able to escape the Middle East, man. They've been trying to pull out the Middle East for decades, and haven't been able to, because this is where the Lord is going to judge all these nations. Okay, this Third World War is going to happen, man. It's going to happen, and America will be destroyed. Revelations 18:1, it says, and after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, is become the habitations of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird. Now, Babylon the Great is America, man. Because the word Babylon means confusion, and this is the place of confusion. You can't tell from a woman and a man anymore, man. You can't tell from a child and an adult anymore here. All right, and you know, it models after ancient Babylon, man. You know, but it says that it's become the habitations of devils, and the home of every foul spirit, and the cage or every unclean and hateful bird. And what's going to do that is, after the nuclear fire subsides, it goes down, it gets, you know, it gets burned off. This is going to remain a desert. So all these desert creatures are going to be basically inhabiting the land that was known as the United States of America. All right, so America is gearing up for destruction. Okay, and this devil biting, you know, this devil biting is he's trying to pretty much fix strained relations, but we know through the spirit that, you know, the relations is only going to get weaker and weaker, you know, because we're at the end of the end, man. This is the end. All right, we're in the end times. The end really started when our Lord and Savior was on the scene. Now this is the end of the end. So the scriptures say, measure thou the time diligently. Okay, so we measuring the time, we can ascertain that you know, the relationship between the EU, NATO, and all these Edomite, the conglomerate buildup of Esau's system has to decline. It has to is going down. It's not gonna get any better. All right, given the time, given what we're witnessing. Okay, you know, you got all types of shit going on in the world, man. You know, and this is all birth pains of something that's about to happen. The scriptures say, you know, when the fig tree, pretty much paraphrasing, is budding, you know that summer is nigh. You know, the summer representing, you know, the day of the Lord, the evil day, the destruction, you know, and the budding representing the current events that's happening. We can clearly see, you know, that the day's fast approaching, man. So, you know, that's all I had, man. The pride of this devil to go and say, you know, Russia, you know, we will do this and that, and make empty threats, man. You know, which, well, you know, you can say that the threats are gonna become reality, you know, but you know, Russia is gonna make them a reality, man, because these devils ain't playing. All right, Russia ain't playing, Iran ain't playing, China ain't playing. All right, and this is what they're not telling you in the media, man. That's what they're not telling you. All right, what's happening abroad is serious. All right, we're in a time of war. The world is in a time of war. Is in a time of mourning. All right. But that's it, man. So with that, I'm going to say, Call Halali Mla, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai Bashem, Rakakodash. Again, double honors to the head apostles of GMS. Another salute to you, Akis. I do say shalom.